breaking English hearts, Mikel Oyarzabal, the scorer. How does it feel to be an English fan and an English broadcaster in Berlin tonight? Vicky Gomersall.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. I mean, you talk about English hearts, absolutely broken. That's exactly what's happened here tonight. Behind me, you can see the fans just leaving now, and actually leaving very respectfully. They were asked to leave respectfully, and that's what the England fans have done. They've left. I saw actually a lovely embrace just as the final whistle went between England fans and Spanish fans. It was like a congratulations. I think what we learned from this team throughout this tournament is that this England side grew and grew and grew. At one stage we were looking at them going out, and then that scissor kick from Jude Bellingham kept them in it, and then of course Kane got the winner in that game, and then they just went from strength to strength. When we watched the 5 penalties, this was a team full of belief, and that's exactly what they came into this match with, belief, because of course they'd just beaten the Netherlands as well with that lovely interchange between Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins. But what we saw tonight gave us hope as well as England fans, because I have to say, I was part of the partisan crowd here. And when Cole Palmer got that equaliser, the roof went off. There is no roof here, but the fans that were here, there were plenty more England ones behind me here, and it just went wild. And I think there was a moment that actually we all thought, it's coming home, the winner's going to happen. But that winner wasn't going to be England. It was actually Spain's in the end. And actually, you know, the game itself was end to end. I think Spain marginally had more possession. I can't see any stats or anything, but I would say that Spain had more possession. But when England had that ball, they looked super dangerous with it. But like I say, Nick, I think what we've learned is that this team has grown and grown and grown into this tournament, and they will leave with their head held high. Whether or not Gareth Southgate will think he can do more with this team and get them into the World Cup and have a really good run with them in 2026, that remains to be seen. He's going to have to go away, he's going to have to think about things, and he's going to have to make a decision. All across the papers this morning, it was about Gareth Southgate and how long that decision would take for him. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 days, who knows? He may even take longer, but I think that's what he's allowed. I think he's permitted that, isn't he? So that he can have that chance to think again, does he want to take this special group of players, because it has to be said, that 26 that he had out here were epic for them. All those substitutes, all those finishers came on and did a job for them. It worked tonight. Cole Palmer was a finisher, and he came on and he got that equaliser, didn't he? So what Gareth Southgate has done is has bonded this group. We've seen players like Kobbie Mainoo and Phil Foden kicking the ball around, hugging each other. You've got Manchester United and Manchester City players playing alongside each other. We were saying it all day, what he's created here is a club spirit, and what he has achieved to get them through to this final has been remarkable, quite frankly, from what we saw, as you were saying, Nick, earlier on in this tournament. England weren't very good at the beginning. They got that win over Serbia, but they got the draw against Denmark, and it wasn't a good performance. They were scratching around to get results, but they did qualify as group winners, and that can't be forgotten. But that's when everyone was saying they need a bigger performance, and those performances came. Yes, tonight they didn't get the victory, but like I say, I think they'll leave this tournament heads held high. Of course there'll be disappointment. We saw the tears. Kyle Walker in absolute tears, 34 years of age. I guess he's thinking, do I still have a future with this England squad? That remains to be seen. He's an integral part of it right now, you'd have to say. So we take a breath. 58 years of hurt still goes on, but I have to say, tonight's performance and this run in this tournament certainly goes some way to making those 50 years hurt a little bit less.
Absolutely, absolutely. Vicky, just seen Lamine Yamal, to no one's surprise, getting the award for player of the tournament. We've got access to a bit more information than you have outside the stadium there. So it was 65% possession to Spain. So on possession, they did lord it. And what really matters is they lorded it on goals. I just want to pick up something you said, Vicky, about the fans, because this doesn't get said enough. We're very quick to report when there's all sorts of trouble, as there's been at lots of European Championships before. But yet again today, we had a statement from the United Kingdom policing unit who look after England fans abroad, and reporting yet again that overnight last night, we hope it'll be the same tonight, almost no trouble at all. England fans really well behaved, Vicky.
Yeah, you know what, Nick? I have to echo those thoughts, because when you're here on the ground, you get a sense of what's really going on in a tournament. And I have to say, the fans that I've met, the fans that I've witnessed behind me, I'd like to take a look over my shoulder as I speak to you. I can see a mixture of both Spain fans and England fans. England fans still hanging about. They're heartbroken. We're all heartbroken that we didn't bring the trophy home. It's not coming home. But what I can tell you, Nick, is that it has been a really good tournament, I feel, in terms of behaviour, in terms of what we've witnessed from these England fans. They've enjoyed it. They really enjoyed it. The build-up here today, ahead of this game, was extraordinary. We were watching fans really get involved with one another. Fans that didn't know each other, but they had the red shirt on, they had the white shirt on, and they were embracing and saying, may the best team win as long as it's us, and so on and so forth. I think Spain fans coming into this game felt they had the edge. Remarkably, they'd won every single game coming into this final. No other team has gone on and won that seventh, aside from what Spain has done tonight. They have done that. They've won that seventh game. But like you say, Nick, I think it's no wonder that the British police are saying that it's been a good tournament in terms of arrests, in terms of behaviour, because what we've witnessed, and I've only been here a short time, of course, and I know Robin and Carvo can probably tell you more on this, what I've witnessed is a very contented England fans. Some of them were drinking at noon today and lapping up what was going on around at these fan parks. But certainly they were well behaved and they enjoyed this tournament, and why not? Their team got to the final. Yes, they didn't win it, but they put in a great performance.
And you'd say, once again, as happened in 2006 at the World Cup, congratulations to Germany for staging an excellent tournament. I know they won a lot of new friends in 2006, and I guess the same applies to 2024. Just to update what we were saying about the individual awards, Lamine Yamal winning the young player of the tournament, and you mentioned Manchester City contingent Rodri getting the award for the player of the tournament. England right now are going up to receive their runners-up medals. You want a medal, but you want a gold medal, and Harry Kane, I'm afraid, yet again, he was saying yesterday how desperate he was, Vicky, that he crowned his career with some sort of trophy, some sort of title. Once more, it's so near yet so far for Harry Kane.
It is, Nick, and you heard him in that press conference yesterday, who was asked that quite a cheeky question from the French journalist. She said, I'm sorry to ask you this, Harry Kane, but we all know you haven't won a trophy yet. You haven't won a collective trophy. Would you give up all those individual medals and swap it for this collective trophy? And he almost shook his head and laughed and said, of course I would. That's all Harry Kane wanted. He wanted to lead his team to glory. And the fact, actually, that Gareth Southgate was very brave tonight and took him off relatively early in this match and swapped him with Ollie Watkins and made that substitution, brought on a finisher, and you saw the reception that Harry Kane got. And here in the fan park, there was a huge round of applause for Harry Kane as he left the pitch. He hasn't done a bad job, that's for sure. Yes, I think he has been tired throughout this tournament. We spoke about that ahead of the tournament. Was he actually fit enough to go into this tournament? Was he fully fit? But a fully fit Harry Kane, or even a partially fit Harry Kane, is still some player. And that's what he's shown, hasn't he, throughout this tournament. He's been able to lead this team to the final. So the plaudits will go to Harry Kane. Of course, he is the captain, but yes, I'm sure he will lick his wounds like everyone else. He'll be so disappointed that he wasn't able to lift that trophy aloft tonight. It went Spain's way in the end, but like I say, they put in the performance tonight. It really was a true team performance. That's one thing I will say about this England side. You saw the bench a lot in that match, and you watched what they were doing, and every single one of them wanted this England side to win, you know, and of course they wanted to get on the pitch and prove themselves, but the ones that got on that pitch, when Ivan Toney came on that pitch, just at the end there, I've never seen so much more determination in a player's eyes to kind of get this. And it wasn't to be, but like I say, they've all put in a shift. And Rob Dorset said to me earlier, he was worried about the energy levels. I don't think they showed that tonight. Every single one of them were determined to pick up that trophy, but it just wasn't to be.
Got some comments, Vicky, from the England captain, Harry Kane, speaking to ITV. It's hard to put into words how we're all feeling right now. Tough game. We did well to get back into the game and struggled to build on that. To concede late on is really tough to take. We've been coming from behind all tournament. We've got it in the locker. We didn't take the next step and win it. In the first half, we struggled. We couldn't keep the ball. Second half was better and we got the goal. We got caught with a cross and that's the final. It's an opportunity missed. These finals aren't easy to get to. You have to take it when it comes, and we haven't done it again. It's extremely painful and it'll hurt for a long time. Gareth will go away and take time to decide. We wanted to win it for him. And as I read you those comments from Harry Kane, the Spain players are being presented with their medals by the UEFA boss, Alexander Ceferin. And just next to him is the Prince of Wales. It's been quite a day for the Prince and Princess of Wales. The Prince of Wales on the stage in Berlin at the Olympiastadion, helping to hand out medals to the England runners-up and the European champion Spain, and the Princess making her second public appearance since the diagnosis of her cancer. She was there to present the trophy to another Spaniard, Carlos Alcaraz, at Wimbledon, who said he wanted to beat Novak Djokovic quickly enough to watch the final, and he has seen a deserved Spain success, I would suggest.